welcome to this week's edition of Pitstop. I'm Jaco van der Merwe, joined by Mark Jones. Now, today we're going to go right up Mark's alley. His backyard there in Gerotech. His latest car he's tested there. On the back of, should I say, the much debated and controversial new Mercedes AMG C63 SE Performance 4MATIC Plus sedan, 4-door, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, enough about the sedan. Today it's the SUV version of this much publicized 4-cylinder 2-liter car, producing a total of 500 kilowatts and 1,020 Newton meters per second. So, Mark, You've tested the C63, the sedan, and now you've had the GLC 63. Before we get to the actual numbers, just in your thoughts as a professional road tester, going from what people cried about, the 4-liter V8, to this modernized, electrified thing, what was your first thoughts, and did it meet your expectations?
Yeah, that's a yes and no kind of answer. At first drive, I thought it was pretty okay. The performance is good. I mean, the electric part helps. People that I interacted with and said, hey, you got to feel this thing because, I mean, let's be honest, the media overseas and that have been scathing about it. So I thought, like, let's just see the average guy, my sort of enthusiast kind of people. And they were like, wow, this thing's quick. Nobody really whined about the lack of noise, the V8 burble that's gone. Does it detract from the character of the car? Maybe. But my first impression was pretty good. I mean, the dynamics are good, the engine's good. Would I cry about losing the V8? Probably not, but a lot of owners seem to feel differently to me, and the car hasn't really taken off in numbers.
It's funny if you say the V8 because obviously the noise it generates, the V8, what you're hearing inside, what you're hearing outside. So there's this whole science behind this new version where it obviously gives you a soundtrack in the car and also outside. There's a lot of speakers outside. And just my bit of driving it last week, I mean, if you go full tilt somewhere, people hear it from far and heads start turning. So I don't think they, and just their surprise and their admiration of the car, I honestly don't think they could give a rat's behind on whether it's a V8 or not.
I think that's an overplayed kind of, it's like motoring journalists always, try and tell motor manufacturers, oh, you've got to bring a manual. We only drive manuals. Bring your cars in manual. We like train rally drivers. And to be honest, customers don't resonate with that anymore. It's 2-foot stuff. And most professional GT race cars, you name it these days, and the fastest formulas in the world are running 2-pedal cars. I mean, everybody's left foot braking, right foot accelerating. Yet, yeah, you still got this like sort of weird, oh, we got to have a manual, bro, and we got to, sort of shift and whatever. We take ourselves too seriously, maybe. I do think you're spot on. The average person goes, wow, fast car, and makes the right snap, crackle, pop. Time will tell, though. There's talk of the V8 coming back. I'm not convinced Merc might backtrack that hard. Time will tell if they are truly happy, that this 2-liter resonates with electricity. But I think what we can't get away from, the sort of electrification of vehicles and performance vehicles are coming, and Merc is on top of that already.
So one thing, obviously, we can compare this one to its predecessor is on paper, timesheets. And they don't lie.
Yeah.
And obviously, if Merc does something, it's not to go one step back, it's to go one step forward.
Correct.
So in the case of the C63, it went faster.
Yes.
In the case of the GLC, despite just 225 kilograms more in weight, there's two parts to the numbers now. The first part is it's quicker.
Yes.
Significantly quicker, from 399 to 353.
Correct.
0 to 100 up here at Gerotech. But yes, that's great for them. But if you compare that to not only the BMW X3M competition, which is actually its direct rival, but it's also quicker than the X5M competition, which did a 3.6 something. But now, similar to what you picked up with the C63 and the M3 BMW, after 100, it's not going so lekker for Merc there.
Yeah, it's a simple case of that electricity and that 1,000 Newton meters of torque. That the C63 and the GL63 jumps off the line. I mean, it's hard to catch. The BM is right there. I mean, you must remember we are splitting atoms. The X3M, I think, did a 3.62 or something. So we're talking 1/10. I mean, it's literally door to door. But as the weight of the GLC starts to come in to play, as you've got to move that at a faster speed, and of course, there is, I don't care what anybody says, the electricity, the urge of the battery will start to wane ever so slightly as it goes longer. And then the BM remains this monster that with big twin turbos and bigger capacity, it starts to get away. So, if you're going to sort of race to 100, robot to robot, well, the Merc's there. It's manufacturers measure by 0 to 100, that's their claims. The Mercedes GLC is quicker, but if you're going to go longer on the road, the X3M's going to catch it and it's going to go past.
Or you must just turn off if you're in the GLC.
Yeah, look left like you're not racing. Oh, sorry, I didn't see you there, bud. We'll start again at the next traffic light.
Something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so that's basically it. Electrification here to stay. We think so. It's very interesting how these things go. Of course, the C63, the sedan, is almost 300 kgs heavier. And this one, the GLC is almost 63, it's about 225 k's, which shows you still going faster at a half a second, 0 to 100. Shows you the amount of power. I mean, can you imagine you took that 225 off there, what it would have done?
Yeah, exactly.
Just in terms of overall fastest SUVs, it's also pretty close to the top of the list. Top of the list there is the Porsche Cayenne Turbo GT, which ran a 329, which is going to be very hard to beat, but you never know. Things happen fast these days. And,
but just to get a 2-ton plus SUV to break the 3-second barrier. I mean, I think I've had 4 cars now in total in my whole time, and that's like 100 years. I mean, I used to measure ships that landed in Cape Town in the old days. There's only been about a handful of cars, 3 or 4, that have broke into the genuine under 3. So for 3.2, that's fast. If something's going to go quicker than that, well, we haven't got our hands on it, and I haven't seen one on paper. So,
well, there could be one coming in the Lamborghini Urus SE, which actually is they're showing us a bit this afternoon at a function. So maybe it won't be soon though. Maybe in the next few years we might be sitting here and say, remember when the Porsche was still leading? We don't know.
Yeah, those slow 3-second SUVs, they're now 2-second SUVs. Who knows? Yeah.
Exactly that. Yeah. But as soon as we know more, we'll bring you up to speed with that. But for the moment, GLC 63 has done a pretty good job, and I think silenced a lot more critics after the C63 sedan already done that. But thank you for tuning in this week. If you like the podcast, you can go and click the like, you can share it, you can follow our channel, and then you can listen to us every week. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.